はい、というわけでバスケ開始です。でも何試合かやっていきたいと思います。
NBA2K20 We're talking my team, and there's still time to qualify for the My Team Unlimited tournament. We have tips, strategies, and important updates to help you take on that $250,000 prize. We have our Winter Madness MVPs, and you vote for the top play of winter.
こんばんは。こんばんは。やっていくぞ。今日はね、セルティックス戦が多分あると思います。
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Washington Wizards.
Get hip or get stunned.
そしてウィザーズは現実の方だと結構し始めましたね、なんかね。強いチームに勝ったりしてますね。スタメン全員いないのにね。
Up next, the Trailblazers taking on the Wizards. For Portland, they're on solid footing as we get through the middle of the season. Currently ranked number 6 in the Western Conference.
今日からね、ペリカンスも帰ってきて、ちょっと得点力は安定したかなっていうところですね。ただやっぱりまだビール、八村、そのあたりは帰ってきてないというウィザーズです。
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at
ゲームの中で
2K
は
Sports as we get
全員
set
いる、
for
ボー
this
ルもいるという状
NBA
況なので、
presentation.
頑張ってい
This
きま
is
しょ
Kevin
う。
Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Berry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. DH.
Blazers coach Terry
今
Stotts
日の1
had
試合目は
previous head coaching stints in Atlanta and Milwaukee.
ドラフト前に
But
ね、
it was as an assistant coach
ルー
in
ムメイトにな
Dallas
ってた
where he helped win
あの
the
ルーキーと
2011 title
あ
that
と
he
対決です
rejuvenated
ね。
his
楽しみで
career.
すね。
Stotts wasn't sure he'd get another coaching opportunity. But after that, he said the stars aligned. Kevin, he's now in year 8 as head coach.
現実
in
世界では
Portland.
西も東も
The
大混戦。
players love it. Thank you, David.
なん
And
か評
look
判のい
now
い
at
チ
a
ー
few
ムは
years
上に行
worth
っ
of
てるけ
data.
ど、
Some of the
それで
assist
もね、
numbers under the microscope for
ウ
Wall.
ィザーズも結
And
構
the
強いところ
trend
に
that
勝
he's
ったりし
going
てるのに、
through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't
こ
a
のまま
good
全員抜いてきたらい
I
い試合
don't
が
want
で
to
き
say
るん
he's
じゃないか
become
な
a
ってい
more
う。
selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates.
ウィザーズも
He
プ
may
レイオフチャン
want
ス
to
あるよ。
rethink that.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Anthony is out there with Whiteside. Then it's
あ
Damian
と相手はリラー
Lillard.
ド。
Then it's Rodney
リラードの
Hood.
チームだった
And
か。
it's
リラードの
Trent
チー
in
ム
at
で
the
す
2.
ね。
And for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then it's Wall. Have you seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting
彼
the
にとって
season
といえ
and
ば
just
超
fall
ロング
apart
スリー。
second half of the season?
Have you seen
チーム
it, Kevin,
ど
happen
っからでも
with
点を取
teams
ってく
that
る。
have really good veteran players? I've seen it
ね
with
しっかり
young
抑えな
teams.
きゃいけないんだけど。
Unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next.
And some of that we know it can happen with injuries to a
Middle
star
of the
player, and you
Sure.
just are dismantled. But a lot of
Like the
times,
Pacers with Oladipo.
Yeah.
They were a different team the last quarter of the
It's
season.
a great call, Kevin, but a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you.
リラードが
And you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games. No problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Inside, the 8-footer. He gets it in there.
A nice feed from Wall, paving the way for that bucket. That's always his first thought. Find the best shot possible on every trip, whether he has to take it himself
今日は
or
八村先
create
発ですね。
for a teammate.
Hood kicks to Lillard. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
That's just
点取って
tremendous
くれるやっぱり。
scoring instinct. So fun to watch
ゲー
him
ムの
work
中で
in
も
the
30
half
点
court.
超え。
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
It's an East versus West matchup tonight. First meeting of the year between these two.
Yeah, fun to see maybe strangers because you just aren't familiar with these faces here tonight. This will be a very exciting game to watch.
Anthony. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The Wizards working the ball around now. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Anthony. Washington with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
Wall, no luck.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Takes it from 10. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Right side, Beal to the inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one's on Anthony.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
A lot of people over the past couple of seasons wondering if C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard would be together. Well, the franchise has made that commitment to them financially. They've kept up great chemistry and great leadership with this team. Have the additions in the offseason been enough to push Portland forward?
And he makes that one.
Yeah, some of the best centers in the league understand every aspect of the offense and where shots are coming from, and Whiteside positioned himself well for that one.
Outside for Beal. Out to the right wing. Lets the 3 fly. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries. And you think about Lillard and McCollum, both 4-year star players at mid-major schools. Brent, they're used to leading the way and being accountable for the outcome.
They also are very cognizant of recognizing what their contributions can do to lift their teammates. Always quick to compliment the guys that do the dirty work. This is one of the most dynamic duos in terms of backcourts that we have in the NBA.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Second shot opportunity. And sent back by Bryant. Pushing it up. Goes up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Lillard. After the basket by Washington. Back to Whiteside. Anthony, the pass to Trent. 6 on the shot clock. Can they get it? Here's Whiteside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Whiteside's got his second bucket tonight.
Whiteside working on having a better all-around feel for the game, and that time makes a solid read.
Back to Wall. Outside Bryant. Wall against Lillard from deep three-point range. Wall's shot is off. Lillard outside. Here's Trent. From 13 feet, it goes down. Trent's got his second bucket.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Beal the pass to Bryant. Launches a 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Here's Trent down low. No good. Shot missing. Wall with some nice D. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
On that take, Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
Now here's Hood. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Knicks in New York. No good on the shot. Now Washington takes it the other way. Here's Hachimura. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Wagner, he's checked in for Thomas Bryant. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Labissiere subbed in for Anthony. Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Knicks in New York.
優秀なシューターが多い風に言ってくるよね。優秀なシューターが多いからね。どうしてもそういう流れになりがち。とはいえね、やっぱりどのチームもセンターが打ってきてるね。するからね。
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
おお、すごいところ打ってくる。
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it. You just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Here's Lillard. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Outside hood.
スリー打ってくる中でもドライブしてくる選手いるからね。
149 left
そうい
in
う
the
のもし
first
っかりと
quarter.
打ってくるね、本当に。
And it's out of bounds.
めちゃくちゃ打ってくる。
They'll retain possession. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at the Wizards. They're having a solid season. 5th in the conference and looking to move up.
And seeing where Washington is,
な
they
るとちょっ
weren't
とね、
really
イン
being
サイドが
talked
弱い
about
の
as
がウィザー
contenders
ズなんだ
coming
け
into
ど、
the season, but
な
they
んとか
have
ね、
entered that conversation.
勝つ試合もあったり。
They're in the thick of it, and I think they got an attitude that's well suited for the pressure and intensity of playoff basketball. So when the postseason arrives, look out for this team.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to
ま
knock
あカー
down
デンなんだ
2.
けどね。ドライブしてくる筆頭は
とにかく体をぶつけて
Passes
くる
it
か
to
らね。
Wagner. To the paint. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. 14 points for him.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
怪我するんじゃないかっていうぐらい
57
突っ込んで
seconds
くる
left
か
in
ら。
the first quarter of the game.
うん。
Lillard
や
with
っぱ
the
隙があ
bucket.
ると打って
This
く
is
る
what。you're going to get with Lillard. He's a gunner. And
It's a
right
point
now,
guard
he's
also.
gunning from deep range.
Hood comes in with the double team. Brown wide open. He fires.
あらら、
And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. Puts up a 3.
打ってくる。
Bertans grabs the board.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Trent. No good with the elbow jumper. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Washington. And he banks in the layup.
The ball movement on this
全然見えな
run
か
has
った
been
今。
fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Lillard surveying the D.
打ってくるね、本
Again,
当に。
the miss by the Trailblazers. Thomas, it's a wide open look. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the
ちょっ
first
とね、
quarter
前
of
半で
play.
9点差まで
It's the Wizards
来ましたね。
as they end the first quarter on a 15-6 run. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomed.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, you know, people are going to look to you first. You know, they're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, you know, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
このチームはね、リラードが完全にコントロールしてるチームだから。
Going with a whole new group here. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Whiteside's checked in for Steven Adams. Labissiere comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Collins. Now, here's Lillard. He's got 13. The 11-footer. Bryant with the rebound.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
On the floor for Portland, they got Whiteside. Anthony is out there with Labissiere. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the two-guard spot. So it's Portland now. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
To the middle, here's Bryant shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Wizards shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul
やっぱセンタートーマス・ブライアントが戻ってこないとちょっと
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against the Knicks in New York.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now a timeout called by Portland. With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around. Exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization that help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most, and that is your job on the floor. And so really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Make it a distraction. Now here's Bryant. He gets that one. Bryant's got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Ball against Lillard. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Shoots over Beal. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. Anthony's got 5 points now this quarter.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by the Wizards.
この2番の選手怪我してるから遅い。
Ball against Lillard. A 3 ball. Portland grabs the miss.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Here's Trent. 6 points for him. Pass to Whiteside.
でかい。
He kicks it to Labissiere. 5 on the clock. Rebound, Washington. Bryant's got his 6th rebound on the night. Throws it up high.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
There's a minute 47 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Lillard. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. 15 points in the game.
Oh, great pass by Whiteside, hanging in that play.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. The shot by Lillard wide open. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. To the inside. And finished off by Beal.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here we felt it. Trailblazers trail by 21. Trent passes to Lillard.
たの疲れてるけど。
ビールもいつも酔ってくるんだ。
ビールね、そんなに軽症だと思うんだけど、結構頑張ってたからね、しばらくお休みなのかな。
43 seconds left here in the second, and that one drops.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Pass to Anthony. Here's Trent. He's
結
covered
構
by
軽
Beal.
症そうだった八村が全然戻ってこなかったからね。わかんないけど。
Lillard outside. He dishes it to Whiteside. Shot clock at 6. Over Bryant. Whiteside, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yep, that one goes in there. He's got 20.
ただ、ビールいない方がボール周りが良くてかけてる説。
まあね、やっぱウィザーズチーム始まった時から、今季始まった時からね、ビールで行くっていう感じだったから、すごいとこが打ってくる。選手もどうしても探しちゃうんだろうね。今いないからね、自由に動いてるけど。
No, it was good. Just try to get my rhythm. Just try to find my teammates. Make the job easy for us. And let the game come to me.
Very good performance so far, John. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter.
ボールさんはよ。
本当ね。
Yo, guys, give me a second. I like the communication. I like the competitiveness. Trey, nice work going after it. I just keep doing what y'all are doing. All right, just don't let up. All right, finish them off. Let's bring it in.
Yes, sir.
Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win!
Win!本当に最近はやっとチームになってまとまってきたなっていう感じだよね。
So far, it has been a runaway. Wizards leading by 22. And now let's check out the lineup courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for
と
Washington.
にかく点取りまくるみたいなね
Bryant are in the
感
middle.
じじゃなくなってきた
That's
ので。
Wall. Then there's Bradley Beal.
And right there, you see the decision-making ability of Hachimura. Sets his man up perfectly.
点取りまくるっていうかね、やっぱディフェンスがちょっと弱いから攻めざるを得ないみたいなチームだったんだけど。
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Hachimura, no good.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Now here's
八村戻ってから勝ってほしいんだけど。
Little turnaround. Rebound, Washington. Bryant's got his
この状態だったらね、かなり。
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff
チームの
teams
ために
1
動
through
く選手がいる
16,
と、
regardless of
もっとね、
conference. Now, taking
これ
the
強
top
くなるんじゃないか
16
な。
teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league.
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Now here's Anthony. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
ちょこまか点数稼いでるけど。
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Wall. And the basket by Lillard.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And it's all about getting to the right spot, and Hachimura did just that in transition.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
Albus Bertans checks in for the Wizards. Thomas comes in for John Wall. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. And it's Adams in for Carmelo Anthony. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract break comes heavy expectation.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Washington. Adams dishes to Lillard. Teardrop shot, and it's sent back by Bryant.
They show effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Lillard. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic back in Bosnia. Sports 8.
結構ずっと出てたね。そうね、やっぱ全員いて。
There's 1:17 left here in the third quarter. Tries from 16. Beal can't get it to go. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home. Left side, Hood, and the pass to Labissiere. Lillard outside. Clock is at 3. Over to Wall. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And they pick up 2. He has 28 points for the game.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Wizards は全然プレーオフ出てないから経験もないし。
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Shoots over Beal. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. Anthony's got his third bucket of the night.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. The Trailblazers shooting terrible so far in the second half, down around 26%.
でも帰ってきても多分ね、チームに馴染むのがまた時間かかりそうだからね。
Fires the 3. That one, no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Wizards out front, running away with this one. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Anthony Tolliver. He's out there with Mario Hezonja. Little out there with Skal Labissiere. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Down low, here's Wagner, and he goes in for the dunk.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And now, here's Hezonja. Simons surveying the D. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Labissiere, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And that one's good. Hachimura.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And now here's Hazonia, and he's good on the 3-ball. Hazonia's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Fourth quarter now, we're about a minute and a half in. All with it. That's tipped, and they're running. Here's Simons. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
The defense producing easy looks. It just helps you conserve some energy for late in the game.
Now here's Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Hachimura. And that's good. Nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Hachimura.
Now here's Little. Tight defense on him. Back to Tolliver. And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got 7 rebounds in the game. Passes it to Tolliver. The dish now to Little. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. That shot no good. And the Wizards now going the other way. Here's Beal. And the layup's good off the glass.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Little. Goes back up. And the layup falls.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Outside Beal. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Another shot and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
強豪チームみたいだね。
Now here is Smith, and so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they.
このぐらいディフェンス良かったらね、だいぶ勝てると思うんだけどね。
And the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
明日はね、明日もね、お休みだからゲームやるんだけど、
Time now to catch up with our special post-game guest.
始まったこの。
Hey, this is the Jet here, man. Your fingerprints was all over the game, particularly on the offensive end. What weren't they doing defensively that allowed you to take over?
ディフェンス。北手のPカンパニー。
We just wanted to stay flexible instead of forcing things. We wanted to take what the defense gave us. When I didn't have a shot, I tried to make a smart, simple pass. I mean, we have so many great scorers on this roster, man. The last thing our team needs is me taking air out of the ball.
Well, you didn't take it out the ball, you just took it out the net.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaq, for Kenny, for Kevin Harlan, for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson.
明日はね、新しいゲーム。
Ticket holders now.
Locker room tour?
Yeah.
Are they in there already?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, great.
I gotta go, guys. My bad. My bad.
Still our guy, Jay. We love you.
忙しいね。
新しいゲーム。
新しいゲーム。ちょいちょい言ってたゲームで、キャリア初なんだ。
It's cool. I mean, I'm more focused on winning the game, but
ちょっとコメント
yeah,
聞きましょう。
feels good to put up some numbers.
Is this a new normal for you?
I think so. I know some people might shy away from making predictions like that, but I believe in my talent. And if I'm given the opportunity, I know I can succeed. I've been betting on myself my whole life, so I'm not stopping now.
初は意外だね。
Thanks, Jay. That's it for me.
Anyone else?
No, good.
All right, thanks, guys.
Congrats on the win,
記
Jay.
者会見も。
Thanks, Patty. I appreciate that.
It looked like you were really focusing on setting up your teammates tonight. Was that a point of emphasis for you, or more a matter of making the right play at the right time?
No, it's a little bit of both. I
どっちもって
you know,
感じ
I
だね。
always want to get my teammates going. And if we're all getting good looks, then that means we're that much more dangerous out there. But, you know, you don't want to force things. So we were just taking what the defense gave us out there.
ちょいちょい言ってた海の中で前からみたいなことをするゲーム。言ってもね、結構泳いでる時間が長いんだけど、それをね、やってみたいと思います。サクッと次行きましょう。そろそろ現実の時間に追いつきそうなスケジュールだね。今日はセルティックス戦があります。で、明日はね、やっぱり日曜日、3連休の中ということで、8時ぐらいから結構長い時間ね、やってると思うので。だいぶのんびりしたゲームだしね。やっぱタイプ的にはマイクラみたいな感じで海の中を探索して海の中を探索して資材とか集めていろいろ作ったりね、いろいろ冒険したりっていうゲームなので、美しい海の中の景色を眺めながらね、のんびりとやっていきます。
Well, Coach Mike Malone had this to say about his understated superstar, Nikola Jokic. Malone said he's truly beloved by all his teammates. No ego, a little bit goofy, doesn't take himself too seriously, and with his success, he's still the same kid. That's why everybody cares about him and respects him. Kevin?
結構注目のゲームだと思うからね。
Thanks, David. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Millsap.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league kind of figure him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points.
かなり綺麗な海の中をね、マサクできるよね。
Now let's take a look at Denver's open lineup. At the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Wall. And in constructing lineup, Chris, choosing rim protection versus force space. To you, what matters most?
Well, to me, what matters most is floor space, and it doesn't. A defense is not overrated. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't matter if you have defense and you can't score. Scoring is just as important, and you have to put pressure on that defense by scoring. And even if you have a shot blocker, what if I have guys that like shoot it outside and don't come to the paint?
Right.
Well, then I've already taken that shot blocker out of the game. So it's all about offense, having a balanced offense, and then guys willing to listen, pay attention to the details, and be engaged on the defensive end.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points on the ballgame. The pass to Bryant. Wizards passing it around. Right side Wall. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. First quarter, just over a minute played. Murray against Wall. Murray kicks to Jokic. And it's off from three-point range. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here. Hachimura, the pass to Bryant. So the wing on the left. Passes it to Beal. Shoots from the elbow. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
With effortless mechanics, Bill always has to be accounted for, especially from mid-range.
Pass to Jokic. Barton against Beal. Now here's Barton. He's covered closely. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Barton. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Hachimura. He jams it with authority.
I love the unselfishness from Wall. When someone flashes open, I mean, he's right there with the pass.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Wall against Murray. Jokic kicks to Barton. To the paint. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
A nice start for them offensively. 3 of 4 to kick things off.
Lets it go with the 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Barton against Beal. Here's Murray. 23 points for him the last game against Indiana. 6 to shoot. Harris, right side. Barton inside the line. Denver the rebound. Millsap. That shot is off.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Buries it from three-point range.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Now here's Murray. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark right now. He's averaging about 19 points a game. And he comes up with the deuce.
That's just great touch.
やっぱね、スピードとかね。 ベルタンスもね、そんな感じなのかな。左に来るからマジで。
Good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
The Nuggets trail.
八村もちょこちょこっと打つけど、もっと練習すればね、多分もっと入るのかな。
And it goes down 2
今でかい選手もね、すげえ打たないといけない。
He uses his height advantage to convert the easy.
Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Got a piece of it. Back the wall. Over Murray. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Good defense right there, and great effort. But Wall has the hops to simply rise up and knock it down.
Murray with the bounce pass. Millsap finds Jokic. Now Murray. No good there. Now the Wizards take it the other way. And here we go, the Wizards fast break.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. Most teams now look to run early and often, Chris. And there are some keys to finding success, aren't there, in the transition game?
Yeah, and the first key is you run fast and you speed up the pace.
入らなくてもいいから打てとベンシモンズもかなり言われる。
ベンシモンズはね、かなり
half court to see if the defense is
いろんな人から言われてるよね、OB とか。
But it's a two-step process. And for teams that just run all crazy or willy-nilly, like my grandfather used to say, well, you're not going to do anything but play fast and bad.
Clock at 6. Here's Morris. Rebounded by the Wizards. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
They looked totally in sync, GA. I mean, they knew what they wanted to accomplish, and then they went out there and did it.
Here's Morris. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Finished off the break. Now it's a 5-point Wizards lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Thomas against Porter.
しかしやっぱり守備は
And after essentially a redshirt rookie year with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering.
交代。そうは結構早いことだね。
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside, Wall.
同点か。
Pass to Hachimura.
じゃあそこから打てるか。
Just 5 to shoot. From deep. Washington gets it back and a new 14. Shot clock at 5. Back to Wall. The 3. Kept alive. Tries yet again. And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got 4 points in the quarter.
ドリブルでグイって抜きたいけど、なかなか難しい。
I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D struggling to keep up.
Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. And it's Wall. And there's Bradley Beal. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Murray, no good.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Inside. Martin with a rebound. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 2. They defeated Indiana in the West.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They were flat out sniping from deep. They look very comfortable pulling the trigger on the road.
The dish to Wall. The Wizards working the ball around now. Ball's knocked loose. Barton outside. And Barton throws it down.
Love the commitment from Murray on defense, moving his arms all around to come up with these steals.
Back to Wall. from about 16. Tries again, and there's the foul on the shot.
すごい時間の無駄な感じ好きよね、試合ね。
And when Hachimura is looking to score, it sometimes forces the D to get aggressive. Love the energy.
やっぱ一人人気そこからね、展開したいよね。
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Murray against Wall. Murray dishes to Millsap. Fades. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Oh, he did everything right there except.
Barton with some nice D.
A really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the
score
wasn't so cold from the field.
To the inside. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Barton's got the game tied up here for Denver.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside, Beal. Back to Wall. And stolen by Murray. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Over Wall. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And Harris drops them both. And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
Here's Barton.
久しぶりに接戦だな。
The second effort. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there? Among the
戦はちょっと
players
頑張り
around
た
the
いけど
lane.
ね。
It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh yeah, I mean. Yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and aren't tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and that's time too you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes guys are going, man, I'm so tired. He's gonna make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I gotta get this free throw.
They say that, huh?
Oh yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, "Listen, he's gonna make this free throw, man. Don't come on, don't push me all the way into the basket." You'd have a good
What was the response?
この二人は何を喋ってるの？
The pass to Wall. And Bryant kicks to Wall. Passes to Beal. Takes the 3. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
たまにわけのわかんないこと言って笑ってるね。
Murray against Wall. Trying to break that ice cold streak. That shot off. Good work defensively by Bryant. Hachimura the pass to Wall. Hits the 3-point bomb. Wall's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Murray kicks to Barton. Pass to Harris. Murray outside. Now here is Harris. He had 10 points in the win against Indiana. Just 5 on the clock. And again, Denver no good. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Gary Harris. The Wizards shoot their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
He kicks to Barton. Pass to Jokic.
いや、全然止まらないね。お、止めた。すごい。
Down low. And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got 12.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket.
Murray the pass to Harris. And here we go.
すごいカットの仕方です。八村。
Scary thing is, I'm Hachimura is going to keep getting better. Games like this prove how special he can be.
1:46 left in the first half of basketball.
八村。
八村来てるね。
Harris looking it over.
あ、八村が来たね。
To stop the run, and it's blocked.
それもブロックする。すごい。
For sure, Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve as a defender.
Got that one up quick. And now it's an 8-point Wizards lead.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Denver passing it around. Here's Jokic. That one a little long.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
ゲームの八村も成長してきの。
ちょこちょこっとね、成長していくはず。
Outside Beal.
自分みたいには成長しないけど、ちょこちょこっと。
Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Right now, it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long
結構リードが広がりましたね。
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Harris with it. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it, the fast break chance.
Wall uses his blinding speed in the open floor. He's fantastic at finishing in these
めっちゃア
situations.
シストしてる今日も。
And here is Murray. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Wharton.
ダブルダブルいきそう。
2試合連続でね。
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. So it's the Wizards now. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Filling out the wings, Harris and Barton. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Murray in at the 1 spot.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Harris outside. Back to Murray. Feeds it to Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight.
The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Uses both hands to slam it down.
See that pass from Wall? I mean, that's how you execute offense for years. He's been one of the best.
怖いね、後ろがすごいでかいのが。
by 14. Here's Murray up on top, covered by Wall. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Basket good. Wall's got 9 points.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Here's Murray. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about the strength of Murray finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm? And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
The drive by Beal. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Left side, Harris. Jokic inside. Working on Bryant. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Nikola Jokic. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year in Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
A lot of player ejections in the playoffs last year. In fact, the highest in 3 decades. Seems like tensions, just with the officials, are still escalating.
Well, yeah, the relationship between the players and the referees, you know, it's always an ongoing process, and it's definitely getting better. But last year we had the highest number of new referees in the history of the NBA. And so you're going to have growing pains when you have younger guys and understanding the culture of the league. But I like the way that we're going, and some of those rejections were warranted. Some of them weren't. I just look at that year as, that just happened. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to hold players and referees accountable to last season. I think we need a little bit more context before we make a decision on player ejections and flagrants and things like that. Just a little more research.
Underrated coming into the league and underestimated. Millsap doesn't have any doubters anymore.
And the Wizards making a change here. Thomas is checked in.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Denver making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Here's Hachimura. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And with Millsap, you can in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Murray's checked in for Washington. Thomas kicks to Murray. Back to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Washington. Bryant finds Thomas. To the paint. And there's Murray on the assist by Thomas. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Good floor awareness, good vision. Thomas, dependable at finding open teammates.
Poked away. Thomas with the steal.
To
the middle. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
For Washington, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
もともと怪我というかね、あんまり調子良くなかったみたい
Here's
なん
what
だけど。
Washington's going with right now. Mo Wagner comes in for Bryant. And Davis Bertans subbed in for Hachimura. Denver also making some changes. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Millsap. And Porter subbed in for Will Barton. That one drops for him. Thomas got 14 points for the game.
もうね、ウィザーズとレイカーズとサンズの試合をね、ちょっと追っかけてます。
Poke loose. And they're moving it up. Jumps up. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentages. It's a trend that they'd like to reverse.
体力的に多分厳しいから。サンズもね、サンズこそかなりスリーポイントのチームになっててね。ただこの間すごい すごいって言ってもまあ10点差ぐらいかな。10点差ぐらいから一気に逆転されちゃったからね、なかなか安定しないチームなんだけど、サンズこそみんながスリー打てるチームだからね。
He feeds it to Beasley. 4 on the shot clock. Out to Morris, looking to end the run. And again, Denver no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Thomas, that's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Beasley with a clean look. Misses the 3. Washington's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. It's good.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Morris outside.
あとはトレードがどうなるか。
Grant outside.
そろそろね、各チーム目標の順位があって、それに向けてね、戦力の補強してくる時期だと思うんだけど。
Murray's got 4 rebounds in this game. Inside, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. 27 points for him.
結構ね、ベルタンスに狙われたりするんだと思うんだけどね。
今まで大きな動きがなくて珍しい。
It's blocked, and so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic, even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories. The Sabos that came into the game, and even go to Marshall Lonis, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to them, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
Murray out there with Davis Bertans. Then there's McRae. Then there's CJ Miles. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Wizards.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Jokic with the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
Yep, it counts.
Saw the opportunity to put this away. Did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Morris outside. 23 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And the dunk by Grant.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. And Washington can just let the clock run down here. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David.
さてセルティックス戦 どうかな。多分初だよね。
Kevin, thank you. Congrats on the win tonight, Che. You guys have come out of the gate very strong this year. What has been the key to the hot start?
Hey, a big thing for us is, that everybody check their egos at the door before they start the season. And we know we're talented. We feel like the only thing that derail us is if we stop playing together as a team. So we just gotta keep up the team effort.
Certainly paid off tonight, that is for sure. Congratulations.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again.
Ready to do this? I'm ready. What's up, bro? You wanna? No, I'll do it. I'll do it. We can get you on tomorrow,
And welcome back to the show. We're joined now by Che, one of the top young players in the league. Che, thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on some of the chatter around the league that you could be looking at an
All-Star
all-star selection this year?
I don't shy away from pressure or big expectations. So it feels good that people, think me that way. I think of myself that way too. If you're not trying to be one of the best players in this league, then I don't know what you're doing out there.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. My man Shea is a warrior.
Yeah. Do you think you've done enough to be an all-star?
I don't think I'm not an all-star. There's a lot of good players in this league, so who knows what's going to happen. But I do consider myself to be part of that upper tier,
Well, great stuff as always, Che. Thanks so much for joining us.
No problemo.
All right, I think it's time to play a couple.
Thanks.
My stat guys tell me that's the most steals you've ever had in one game.
In the NBA, yeah.
So what's your secret? Any tips for youngsters out there trying to work on that part of their game?
ルーキーってこと忘れてそう。
うん。
Ted, a lot of that is luck, but I think studying film, it helps a lot too, man. Knowing the tendencies of the guy you're guarding, knowing how the other team likes to run plays. It's also a matter of having a right scheme in place and knowing when you can gamble and when you can't. So some of it is making sure you study up, but some of it is just a field thing that you can't really teach.
なんか全てを分かってる風なことを言っている。
All right, guys, y'all be cool, all right?
Picked a lot of pockets out there. Nice job tonight, Jay.
Thanks, Ted.
Is that something you've been emphasizing more as a team?
結構あれだね。横から取ったスティールが多かったね。
I think it's getting us a little bit better at reading offense, and it helped us, get some more passing lanes. Some of it's luck too, being at the right place, at the right time kind of thing. But when working together as a team, it could be any of us out there. So shouts out to the guys, for doing their jobs, making the right rotations, and putting us in a position to succeed.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here's what they're starting with.
ちょっとお金を欲しがろう。ダブルダブルができやすいし、でも20得点もいけるかな。そうかな。これぐらいなら達成できるかな。40得点。ちょっとリバウンド取れないもんね。これかな。
Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Chad.
欲張りさん。
See y'all later,
All right.
出来高みたいなのつけたね。さあ、セルティックス戦やっていきましょう。その前にちょっとメディアをチェック。
セルチア。
どうなるかな。おー、勝ってるね。4位対5位の対決ですね。
Thanks, Alexis. I'm Sasha, joined by our 2K TV correspondent Blake.
Hey, Sasha.
Hey. And my team producer Robbie.
What's going on?
Well, this is it, guys. Your last chance to qualify for the tournament is next week. Spots are filling up, and Saturday, January 18th is the final qualification game.
ガチャみたいなの引いて選手を集めるものだと思うんだけど、
If you're one of those 8, the following week, January 25th, is the big tournament day as we go from 32 players to our 2 finalists. The finals will be played in Chicago at NBA All-Star Weekend. We crowned our first $250,000 grand prize winner last year, and he's back in the mix. But in 2020, this could be you.
Yeah, not a bad way to start the decade.
Well, Blake, you did a great job kind of giving the details to everybody at home about the last qualifier. How about this one?
I appreciate it.
Saturday, January 18th, 10 a.m.
やっぱシーズンを体験していくのは面白いもんね。野球のシーズンが始まったらね、野球の方もね、パープルのマイライフとかやっていこうかなと思ってるんだけど、
本気出したら賞金もらえるってこと？
結構なんかそんな感じだったね。優勝賞金いくらみたいな。やっぱ向こうではすごい人気なんだろうね。日本ではまだバスケこれからって感じなんだけどね。八村選手の活躍でどうなるか。もっと人口が増える前にね、しっかり遊んでおきましょう。
Well, yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And we got a chance now to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers and what has been the trend for Wall.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make it a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Tatum and Cantor together down low. And it's Walker in at the point. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Then there's CJ Miles. And it's Wall. Now when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter, third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
It's good.
Then Kevin, Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
Back to Wall. Fires from the wing. And that one is good.
You know, that's a turnaround jumper, one of the toughest shots in the game to defend, and he pulled it off perfectly right there.
And Walker kicks to Hayward.
なんとかウォールを手助けしないといけないところね。
Over Miles. Almost, but it rolls out. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in.
うちの方も結構厳しいの？
The pass to Bryant. It's Miles on the wing. Jacks up a three. They get it back. And Bryant gets it to go.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Walker the pass to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston.
いや、このチームの相手はちょっとやばいぞ。
Outside Walker from outside the arc. Rebound by the Wizards. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
Greg, it was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
The shot off that time. Wall with some nice D. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 2 minutes played here so far in the first quarter.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is
この試合そうなると、ビールの分スリーを打たないと。
Got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 7. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
And how about those rookies? Time now to check out the Rookie of the Year race, ranking the league's best young rookies midway through the season. Well, you look at Hachimura. While not in the top 5, he's definitely on the radar screen. Playing some very solid basketball.
And it's been quite a rookie season for this group. Amazing how well they've adapted to the professional game.
Boy, it really is. There have been very few growing pains for this group, and it's no small sample size we've seen. They've been at it for months. These are bona fide NBA players now.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Fires from 18, and Cantor pulls it down. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Brown. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
Good on both.
Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name. The champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Tatum dishes to Hayward. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Walker finds Brown. Steps back and shoots. Washington with the rebound. Bryant's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And it's Wall in the corner. A 3-pointer off the mark.
We'll see.
Celtics trail by 12. Here's Tatum. Connects in the foul line jumper.
You have to be effective from anywhere on the floor if you're going to be elite. Jason Tatum, the in-between game, that's on point too, fellas.
And Brown over to help.
Ooh, double team.
Hayward against Miles. Nice ball movement by Washington. Hachimura. That's in, and he found his range with that one.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win, surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as we go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, you know, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment consider the question and then respond. And for somebody who's got an interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Doris, and you always get great answers from him too, so there's a great rapport there I can see. Thomas, no luck. Celtics trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Smart passes to Williams. And the basket is good.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
Outside Thomas.
イルが普通にいた。
Pass to Bryant. Lays it up off the glass. He's got
ぬるっとしたドライブで抜いた。
Beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Wanamaker the pass to Williams. Now Tice. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Bulls in Chicago. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Wizards making a switch here.
結構交代が早い。
The Celtics shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
On the floor for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Hayward, and it's Poirier in at the forcing. Kanter's shot is off.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
ドリブルもそれなりに見せたいよね。
Tries from 16, and Washington again with the bucket.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
It's stolen by Wall. Here's Hachimura, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I'll tell you, if you leave a guy open, John Wall is going to put it on time and on target. Sometimes the defense is not going to look good as a result.
Walker with it. He had 16 points in the win against Chicago. There's the triple. Knocked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. Now, while we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up, let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You look at Tatum, he's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend, but, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. And Walker kicks to Kanter. Back to Walker. Drops it in from 11 feet. Walker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Stolen by Walker. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way. A shot by Hayward, wide open. They get it again. Cantor, count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes
すごい
Kanter
力強い
plays.
ダン
This
クだ。
guy is a terror on the offensive
ベテランが
glass.
出るって珍しい。
Back to Wall. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Wall's got 9.
結構やっぱね、身体能力が高い若手が出るみたいなところだけど。
Walker dishes to Brown. Hayward passes to Brown. Rebound, Washington. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Hayward kicks to Brown. Pass to Walker. He dishes it to Hayward. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good on the 13-footer. He's got 8.
This is one of Hayward's go-to shots. Phenomenal at getting the space he needs.
Pass to Miles. Back to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. From 12 feet out. That shot, no
パワード
good.
といえば、
And the
スー
Celtics
パーマンの
going
コ
the
スプ
other
レで
way
昔
now.
優勝してた。
On the wing, Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Well, this is what they love seeing from Jaylen Brown, the aggressiveness down near the cup. This guy's attitude tremendous.
So timeout called here. The first for
スリーが入るだけで大騒ぎ
You
だ
can't
から
help but
ね。
notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get.
Well,
the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the team.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly
めっ
right.
ちゃニコニコしてる。
Cantor finds Hayward. And here's Walker. Offline with his 3.
And you know what?
レイカーズチームの状態もいいんだろうね、なかな
The
かね。
deficit isn't totally on him,
You
but
guys-
he has not been an asset for his team. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
It's Brown with the drive. No good that time. Wizards leading by 15. And contact on the shot, so he'll be
め
shooting
ちゃ
free
く飛ばさ
throws.
れた。怪我してない。大丈夫。
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
For Washington, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And team free throw numbers really about as
レイカーズ
good
は
as
うま
you
いこ
could
とに
ask
してるよね。
for. Around
パスの取
80%
り
on the
方が
season.
ね、すごい綺麗だもん
Wagner,
ね。
he's checked in for Washington. Ish Smith comes in for John Wall. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Jason Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. Smart's checked in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Williams, good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, what can you say about Marcus Smart, right? A willing, capable passer off the pick-and-roll environment. That is really beautifully done.
Here's Smith. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
Working against
いや、めっちゃダブル
size.
チームで来る。
He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but
ベテラン
sometimes
で
you
固め
just
てるけ
gotta
ど、
put it in the basket.
クズマ暗いか若いの。
Here's Wanamaker. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
19 seconds left to play in the first half. Back to Smith. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort. not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
And so it's the Washington Wizards in. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Celtics trail by 16 at the forward spot. Miles and Hachimura. And it's Wall, and it's Wagner in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Now the pass to Hachimura. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Walker against Wall. 13 feet away. And that one goes long.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Celtics trail by 16, and glad to see John Wall back out there after fighting back from his Achilles injury he suffered in early 2019.
And obviously, Kevin, an Achilles injury is very worrisome for any athlete, but particularly one like John Wall, whose speed is a major part of his game. But boy, he looks good out there, and you hope he avoids any more injuries the rest of his career.
Over in the corner, Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Brown's got 7 now in this quarter.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Back to Miles. Outside, Wall. 6 on the shot clock. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Hayward, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
Well, what timing from Gordon Hayward. So confident when it comes to pulling up in the defense's face. That's really nice.
For 3. Here's Wagner, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year.
And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Here's Wanamaker. 8 points for him. Williams passes to Tice. Back to Williams. Outside, Smart. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
Some power coming from the PG.
That's right, GA. Seeing more and more of them these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow. Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Wall against Smart. And Wall kicks to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 5 assists tonight.
今日なんでウォール
1回でいかんで
したっけ？
デイビス1ブロック、パワード6ブロック、マギー6ブロックみたいなのあって化け物かって思った。
Over to the left wing.
やっぱインサイドすごい固めてるんだよね。
Here's Wanamaker, covered by Wall. Here's Williams, and it's slammed in by Williams.
You know, something that Williams does so well as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And stolen by Williams. Tatum, that's for 2. Rebound by John Wall. And here's the break. From 11 feet away, that shot off the mark. And so it's Washington, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Right back after this break. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Celtics. Williams is out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Smart. Then there's Daniel Tice. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. A chance here to get a quick injury report. Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Thomas Bryant is doing. David.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Washington. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario. For a team that was looking to put a solid playoff run together, this injury scare is not what they need right now. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed.
Right block shot. Nice shot by Smart.
How about that sweet touch on the jumper? Marcus Smart effortlessly connected on that one.
Outside Beal. Right wing. Shoots. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Now here's Smart. Defense is right there.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
You know, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
流れをつかめていない。
ペースが相当厳しいね。
Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Tice.
べったりくっついてくるから。
On that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
And Greg, they found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now a look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for that game against the Bulls,
3秒厳し
that's
いな。
going to be one where it will take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night.
じわじわと点が詰まっていく。
That much of an advantage over that team.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Ryan is checked in for Bertinus, and it's CJ Miles in for Beal. They need this one. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 27.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Wanamaker the pass to Williams. Now, here's Tice. Smart on the wing. Pass to Tatum. Shoots over Miles. Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Tatum.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Pass to Miles. Here's Hachimura. He's guarded by Williams. To the wing right side. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Over to the wing. Baseline J on the way. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that one had come any later, it would have been Katie Barnado.
Showing so much passion and determination here at the end. They're close to the lead, but still have plenty of work left to do. Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope.
Wizards making a switch here. Wagner's checked in. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Daniel Tice. Gordon Hayward comes in for Robert Williams. Brown's checked in for Marcus Smart. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. It's Miles on the way.
フリースロー確率高いな。
フリースローきっちり決めるよね。
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Ennis Cantor.
I'll tell you, you've got to be careful around CJ Miles. This guy is so adept at drawing contact.
And for the Wizards and their new front office doors, a tough task ahead of them.
I think so, Kevin, because first and foremost, they need to change the culture of the team, right? Too long, there had been a lack of accountability in D.C., and I think once they address that, the rest of the rebuild could come easier.
And that one, good. He's got 31.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Passes it to Cantor. Tatum deciding where to go with it. And there's the pass to Walker. Tipped away. Cantor kicks to Brown. Rebounded by the Wizards. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Pass to Miles. Pass to Wagner. Over Hayward. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 5th rebound in this one. The 17-footer. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Passes to Hachimura. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Wall. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
This is John Wall's comfort zone right here. Excellent rate of success from the mid-range.
There's the pass to Tatum. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
It's all about getting to the right spot, and Hachimura did just that in transition.
Celtics trail by 12.
Hachimura.
Walker the pass to Brown. Hayward kicks to Brown. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got his 4th assist in this one.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
To the inside. Lets it go from 11. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Ball against Walker. Three-pointer. Washington with the rebound.
He is just not taking smart shots out there. A pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Wall, good.
So John Wall's been cooking all night long. Go to work, sir.
Yeah, Hachimura,
We're such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, kid.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
Pass to Hachimura. And he lays it straight in.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. 15-point game. Kanter finds Brown. Count it. Brown's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Pass to Hachimura. 5 to shoot. Wall against Wall's shot is off. So it's trailed by 13. Walker surveying the floor. Over to Wall. They get it back. Kanter and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
The efficiency of Enes Kanter is impressive. This guy's massive on the blocks and knows how to score.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Back to Wall. Out to the right wing. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one.
In the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question. That would be all she wrote. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Wizards.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And you can mark this one down from the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Kanter against Bryant. The Wizards working the ball around now. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And And when Hachimura is looking to score, it sometimes forces the D to get aggressive.
これ交代。交代してもね。
勝ったぜ。
勝ちたね。
And here's Smith. And so it's the Wizards with the W. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans.
いや、接戦だったね。一番接戦だったね。
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Jorisberg, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey man, Shaq here. Nice win for you guys tonight. Talk about any edges you felt you had coming in.
I don't know if we call it an edge, man, but I thought our decision making as a group was really solid tonight. We're making good reads, finding the right moments to cut, delivering passes on time, all essential when the game's separated by just a few buckets.
Well, I was watching Golden State, but I was watching you.
Really tough blow to the
team
this one, Hornet. It looks like this injury is going to keep him sidelined for a significant amount of time.
I hate to see it,
Yeah, definitely a setback for sure, but...
All right, Vinny, what you got for me?
Close game, Che. Why do you think you weren't able to put these guys away sooner?
I mean, Vinny, that's a big
この、で
team
も
over
それ
there,
だったら
man. They move
出
the
してちゃダ
ball,
メで
they
しょ。
play solid defense, and they've got a good coach. Plus, they play hard for each other. So, that's a tough combination, man.
No concern over how close you let them keep it?
How close? That's funny, man. Look, a win is a win, man. I'll take them however I can get them.
本当勝っただけ良かったなっていう試合だったね。熱戦。
You guys are on fire. What's been the key to your success these past few games?
Ted, you know, I think it's just everyone being in sync, I guess. You know, coaches pushing all the right buttons. We're executing on both sides of the ball, treating every possession like it matters. When you're at this level of competition, whew, there's very little that separates the best teams from the worst. So attention to detail is very, you know, it's major in this league.
最初勝てなかったけどね、結構安定して勝てるようになってきた。お、オールスター。結構差がないような。
連勝してるね。
うん。いや、でも上の人たちを抜くのはちょっと難しいんじゃないかな。ヤニスの得票数がすごい。怪我人情報を見てみましょう。鼻の骨折出てたの試合に。しかも2週間4週間、わお。結構いないぞ。よく試合で出てたね。ということで、しばらく出なそうです。わお、現実と一緒にいなくなってしまった。
ワグナーに任せよ
う。うん。もう一試合行きましょう。マジック。
Robbie, what did you see from the Cards in last month's qualifier?
Well, it's kind of becoming the tier change. The thing that was most used was the Pink Diamond Token Rewards West Unsung. That had the highest win percentage of any of the people who qualified. So it's interesting to know people are going through the token rewards and seeing which players work best for them. There's some of the best cards in the game, and it makes sense. At the same time, we're going to be seeing a shift in the next qualifier soon.
So we have seen a change in the meta over the past month or so.
Yep, with point guard Ben Simmons, Pink Diamond T-Mac, Yao Ming, and of course Giannis. There's a lot of big lineups out there.
And if you know about that Bill Russell card, you know.
Yeah, and Galaxy Opal Julius Erving is now available for the players that have gone 12-0 in every month. And of course the Galaxy Opal Ray Allen, the Prime Series reward. I mean, that 3-ball, he's unstoppable. And you have to realize that all the best players are going to have these cards, so knowing how to defend them is really important.
Yeah, knowledge of the whole thing is a big deal. And I talk.
今日はこの試合で終わりにしましょう。明日は新しいゲームね。海の中を探索するゲームをやります。試合前のセレモニーもある。
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. Tonight, we'll see the Washington Wizards as they go up against the Orlando Magic. Orlando comes into this one following a loss to the Nets in Brooklyn. They've yet to win against this squad this season. 2 games, 2 losses. We'll see if their luck changes tonight. One thing we're seeing, Kenny, certain teams that started off hot are now falling by the wayside.
Man, that happens every year, Arnie. This is nothing new.
注目の
No
一戦なんだろ
surprise. Everyone does it. The league catches up to them at some point. After teams adjust to you, you have to adjust back. If you can't, shows you weren't all that to begin with.
Ah, very true, very true. Here's Kevin Harlan as we get ready for the tip.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg GA. It sure is. Thanks, David. And look now at a few years worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Wall.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
And now Washington's starting group. Hachimura out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Wall, and it's Wagner in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for the Magic, Gordon out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Vucevic, and it's Fultz in at the point. Mark, here we are in mid-season, and some teams have already exceeded early expectations, starting to show that they're the real deal.
Yeah, no fluke, and that's what we call validation. Again, you have such a long season early on. The schedule can work in your favor, but as we get to this point in the season, Kevin, teams are starting to show you who they really are, answering doubters, and it's got to be extremely satisfying when you prove folks wrong.
Absolutely.
しかもこのタイミングで言わなくてもいいじゃんっていうね。
Now here's Wall, guarded by Fultz. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Yeah, John
こ
Wall
の
is
時間に
so
アップデートがあってもいい。
masterful as a
てかア
floor
メリカ
general.
時
He's
間だ
a
からあれな
real
のか。
maestro out there, terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Here's Beal, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that
めっちゃ見える。
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And here's Fultz. He had 15 points last outing. 5 on the clock. From deep. They get a hand on it, and out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others not so much. Taking a look at Washington. They're moving on up, 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
For the Wizards, they're putting to rest any big concerns people may have had with this team, proving they are truly an upper echelon club.
Pass to Hachimura. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Beal can't get it to go. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Fultz. From down in the low post, it goes.
You know, Fultz handles contact really well for a young player. Excellent at staying under control and then finishing through the contact.
High arcing shot. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. A second chance effort. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Here's Wagner, and he converts the layup.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
For the Washington Wizards, they won their last contest, that game against Boston.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
Here's Hachimura. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Improving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that.
Passes it to Vucevic. Back to Fultz. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Nikola Vucevic. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. He's right around 17 points a night, 14 rebounds, and 2 assists. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Shoots from the right block, and Washington again with the bucket.
Now, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Now here's Fultz. D right on him. And it's Bullock in the corner. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
Back to Beal. Kept alive by Washington. Hachimura, no good.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lane.
Here's Fultz. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Man, I appreciate how skilled Fultz is handling the ball. I mean, excellent at getting to his favorite spots on the floor.
Pass to Hachimura. Unloads from 13. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Bullock with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Brooklyn. Well, with Reggie Bullock, this team is getting an outside shooting threat. Can never have too many of those guys.
And Bullock has continued to work on his three-point shot since coming into the league back in 2013. Very dependable and reliable.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
To the right side. Here's Hachimura. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Here's Fultz. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. It's deflected. It's Beal at the elbow. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists tonight.
And time again, Wall puts himself in a position to attack. Just a great job of creating offense for himself or his teammates.
Now here's Vucevic, guarded closely, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Boy, Vucevic so solid in all fundamentals of the game, and really an outstanding passer for a big guy.
Fires the 3, gets the 3-pointer to fall. He has 7.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic, coming off that loss against the Nets.
あんまりスリーでは点取ってないよね、ウィザーズ。
Probably were in control for
今のウィ
3
ザーズね。
quarters
レブロンは
of that
ペイ
game,
ント
but
内に
in
人がいたら
that
ほぼ
fourth
スピン
quarter,
するイメージある。
they just fell apart.
So
なんか
Orlando
レブロンはボールコントロールすごいからね。
Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Gibson. Evan Fournier comes in for Aaron Gordon. Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Reggie Bullock. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. And then for Washington, Davis Bertans checks in for Hachimura. Troy Brown comes in for Bradley Beal. And Thomas subbed in for John Wall. It's blocked, and they're able to recover. And he recovers it.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Augustine passes to Carter-Williams. Now, here's Vucevic. Back to Carter-Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And for a guard, Carter-Williams has a lot of size. I mean, and he uses it well, especially in the post.
And there's the pass to Wagner. Good. Wagner's got his second basket of the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now, here's Fournier. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Brooklyn. Off target from three-point range.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats.
アップデートが邪魔で何も見えない。
So the Wizards 5 right now. Hachimura out there with Wagner. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Wall. Here's Gibson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I think this is where Gibson is most effective. A solid interior scorer with a really nice shooting touch.
Pass to Wagner. Right side, Wall. There's 3-pointers off the mark. The Magic trail by 5. Outside Fournier. The dish to Gibson. Now Fultz. Lock at 6. 13 feet away. Rebound, Washington. Wagner's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Fultz. That shot off. Wall with some nice defense.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Hachimura shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Taj Gibson picks one up.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic has checked in.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Now here's Fultz, covered by Wall. And here's Fultz. Passes it to Gordon. Fires for 3. And it's Vucevic missing.
やっぱ積極的に
leading by 9.
積極性があればね、かなり
It's Beal on the wing.
いい選手だからね。
Over Gordon. Sinks the 15-footer. And it's 8 points for Bradley Beal.
He has created some terrific opportunities
まだ
for
ルーキーだ
himself
からね、
and
いろ
really
いろ遠
made
慮はあ
the
ると
most
思
of
うん
it.
だけど。
Now here's Fultz. Not a lot of room.
Well, I like the way Fultz attacks with confidence. He's excellent at making the defense commit.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
Wall wide open. Off target from outside. The Magic trail by 9. Pass to Fultz. Back to Bullock. Now the pass to Fultz. Vucevic down low. Bucket is good. Vucevic has got 8.
Establish his position with the strong base. You got to box out Vucevic better than that.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
Inside. There's the 3. And no good. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
No good. His 5th missed shot from the field. He's made 3.
And just not able to find a target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down 1 in the first.
Wall.
Tell you one thing, it's a bonus to have a guard who can flush it like that. I mean, Wall gets up high on these jams.
And it's Fultz with the ball for Orlando. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Bullock. Vucevic with it. Over Wagner. Vucevic with the bucket. He's got 10.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
Bullock passes to Gordon. Passes it to Vucevic. Rebound by the Wizards. They've led by as many as 11 points. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Fultz with the ball. He's got 6. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here's Bullock. Defense right on him.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Gordon kicks to Vucevic. Here's Fultz. Pass to Bullock. With 1 on the clock, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so we wrap up the first half. Washington out in...
レイカーズのベンチって大騒ぎしてるイメージあるよね。危険です。
こんばんは。バスケをやってます。
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins.
ハワードがね、3-ポイント入れててすごい大騒ぎだったからね。
One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Washington leading now by 11.
そんなにみんな出てくるみたいな感じで。
Aaron Gordon out there with Taj Gibson, and it's Vucevic, and it's Fultz, and it's the point guard. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Now here's Bullock, covered by Wall. The pass to Vucevic. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. Banked in off the glass. Gibson's got the first bucket of the third here for the Magic.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
That one goes in. Hachimura's got the lead up to 11 now for the Wizards.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. Number 1, the Wizards.
I mean, it's about the pace they play with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
Now here's Wall. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. It's stolen by Fultz. A finish, and finished off by Fultz.
Well, he does not take any possessions off, Kevin. None. I mean, gotta give Fultz a lot of credit. Great at keeping his hands active on defense.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Here's the 3. Wizards keeping it alive in a fresh 14-second shot clock.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Fultz looking around. Pass to Gibson. Down low. Here's Vucevic. Now the feed to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And that's Gordon's game now. You can't give him room to hit the launch pad because if he does, he's throwing it down every time.
Back to Wall. Passes to Wagner. It's Beal on the wing. Fires from deep. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Gibson finishing it off.
I like the fact that Gibson did not settle for the layup there. He took it hard and threw it down.
Fultz brings the double team. Beal gets a wide open look. No good from outside.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Here's Fultz. Good on the shot, a bit long that time.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 14.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. Augustine against Smith. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
John Wall's checked in for Washington. The Magic trail by 10. 1:09 left in the third quarter. Pass to Augustine. 6 to shoot. Over Wall. Augustine, no luck.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
It's good. 19 points in the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Fultz. Rebound, Washington. Wagner's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Wizards lead by 14.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Augustine against Wall. Bounce pass from Augustine. They need this. And it's Gibson. That time on the assist by Augustine. 10 points for Taj Gibson.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Here's Beal. And Washington again with the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
まあこのままいけそうな点差だけど。
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Washington.
ルーキーでここまで活躍したのはデリック・ローズくらいかな。
Out there with Bradley
シテ
Beal.
君と比較
And
なら。
it's Wagner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Man, I like the quick hands of Wall. I mean, seeing him jump all over the opposition and get into the passing lanes to come up with the steal, that's impressive work.
Here's Fultz. That's tipped. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Markel Fultz.
バスケだとね、そんなに点を取るっていうのは任せてくれ
Yeah,
な
the
いからね。
officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
So he gets them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much
どこ
better
のチ
than
ームも
that.
スコアラーはいるしね。
Knocked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Drops in the layup for two. 27 points for him. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Washington.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Gibson passes to Fultz.
2年後くらいにすごい年俸になりそう。
Back to Gibson. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got his fourth assist in this one.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Drills the three-pointer.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second three of the half right there.
Here's Augustine. Got a piece of it.
And that's a welcome sign for
This
sure.
is Zamora.
Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve.
めっちゃ一人で点取ってる。
デリック・ローズルールでマックス
This
契
offense is
約
in
と
a
か。
perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now, here's Bullock. He's guarded closely. Bamba wide open, and he fires. Off target with his three. The pass to Beal. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are no...
あれ、ここで答え
It has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
The last couple years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Carter Williams.
40点はちょっと厳しいかな。
1:31 left in the fourth quarter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Wizards.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And on the season, this is going to be their third win in 4 games against this team.
And you could see, Greg, how badly they wanted this win. For two very familiar opponents, a win in the season series really carries an awful lot of extra weight.
From the line, the shot, no good. So Orlando will take it the other way. To the paint, here's a 1-2. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman, Fournier, solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. The shot's good from Smith.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Pass to Fournier. Goes up on the high post. Jump shot is good.
Really like to see Fournier go with the mid-range jump shot. This guy's a high percentage shooter, particularly from that spot on the floor.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For
Greg Anthony
and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
そして毎試合呼ばれてる。
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey again, everybody. Ernie Johnson. I got Shaq here. Got Kenny the Jet here. Standing by on headset near the locker rooms. Right.
Hey, what's happening? This is Shaq. You guys came in locked and loaded once again. What's fueled your momentum during this win streak?
ちょっとでも質問見えないこれ。アップデートのせいで見えない。
To be honest with you, a lot of it comes from the fans. We feel that energy at home, and then we're out on the road game. A lot of them make that trip with us. We see those jerseys in the stands, and it just makes us play that much harder, man. Much love to everyone who comes and supports us throughout the journey.
Well, I'm a fan too, buddy. Great job.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And that's going to do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For the Jet, for the Diesel, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire...
Gotta
give it to the guy who had it going all night long and picked us up when we needed it. Get up here, Che.
What? You heard me?
結構前半調子悪かったけどね。
Appreciate you, Coach.
That's it. Get it. Tell him.
Hey, man, I just want to say thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. I'm humbled. I know how far I can. Thank you, Coach.
You guys have a pretty nice win streak going on, but I'm wondering if there's anything you can improve on. How do you keep pushing yourself when the team is finding so much success?
That's a good question, Patty. To me, my motivation is all internal. And I want to be the best player I can be. Actually, I want to be the best player in the league, to be honest. So, whether or not we're winning, that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to work on my game just as hard no matter what.
よし。でも今後のスケジュールは結構ね、あんまり見どころがないので。ここかな。次回のバスケの配信多分ここからスタートします。いやー、怖いぞ。強いぞ、相手。ヤニスがいる。バックスと。
いいね。
うん。それまでの試合は消化しておきます。まあ、現実でもね、ウィザーズは28日バックスとね、試合があると思うからね。じゃあ今日の配信はこれで終わりにします。明日はね、新しいゲームをちょろっとやります。レッツはどうかな。8勝32、30勝6敗。強いね。イースターの1位。レッツ。ロースターは。
怪我人いないなら強そう。ネッツ。
ちなみにケビン・デュラントも絶好調。じゃあ次回はね、強敵ばっかりのね、試合になると思います。じゃあバイバイ。
お疲れ様。